Hi, welcome to Prophetic Utterance. I'm your host, Jacqueline King. I just want to come on here to encourage you to continue to push and press into the things that God has for you. Thank you for your support with my ministry. God bless you and your family. Amen. Tonight, I will be doing a part 2 on spiritual stagnation but concerning our finances. Amen. So it's so important to know that there is certain things in our lives that we enable stagnation to enter in. Amen. Where there is a delay, a financial delay. Many of you may be waiting on resources to come that should have came several months ago, but it hasn't come. It has not showed up. So we have to examine our lives, our spiritual walk with the Lord, and see what have we contribute to this situation. What have we done, and what can we do to change our circumstances? So last night I did a teaching from the book of Haggai, chapter 1 through verse 5 and 11. And tonight I'm going to teach from the book of Luke and the book of Proverbs, to talk about laziness, to talk about the spirit of slumber, how these attributes, these spirits, not just attributes, but the personality of the spirits that we take on in our lives unknowingly. So it's better to be obedient than to sacrifice, but knowing to be obedient requires having knowledge. If you don't have knowledge, most likely you're going to continue to walk in the way of disobedience and thinking you are walking in obedience. Amen. Did I say that right? You're going to be living a life thinking you are being obedient, not knowing that you are being disobedient. Amen. So I just want to put a face to the picture so people could really understand why it's so important to identify what have we contribute to the stagnation in our finances. Because as I stated in my previous teaching concerning being spiritually dry, when you are spiritually dry, it affects your emotions, it affects the way you think, it affects your finances, your relationships, your family, etc., etc. Okay, so yeah, let's talk about it. Let's break down some spiritual strongholds off our finances, off our mind. Amen. Let's begin to trust in the name of the Lord and believe God for who he say he is and who we say he is. Amen. So we just thank God. And also I'm going to share some prayer points along the way, some things that I pray about counseling spiritual debt, counseling the debts off my life, closing the door to the spiritual poverty. And the only way you can identify that is through your walk with God and how you pray. A lot of times how you pray does make a difference with your spiritual growth. So if you haven't heard my first teaching on spiritual dryness, I suggest you click that play button. And then when you're done with that, go to the second teaching on financial dryness or financial stagnation. I can't recall at this point, but this will be this video is just basically an introductory why I'm doing this teaching, and I hope you guys will continue to support me. In my last teaching, I did ask for financial support. Yes, I did. I stepped out of my comfort zone. I generally don't ask nobody for nothing. I don't ask nobody for no finances concerning the ministry. But one of the things people need to understand, there is no money in the gospel of Jesus Christ. The gospel is free. Amen. So it's what we choose to do and how we want to manage the ministry. And a lot of us do need resources, but we trust in the name of the Lord to help us with our resources. But I have stepped out of my comfort zone, and I will be posting more information concerning the resources. Last night I broke my microphone, so now I have to go and purchase a new microphone. I had to pay for my podcast. There's things and resources that I have to pay for out of my own personal finances, which is fine because God called me to this and he will provide. But what about you? What has God called you to? And would you not want somebody to provide for you, help you to get the gospel further from where it is right now in your life? Amen. So I'm just talking. And I'm just sharing. I'm not going to keep you guys too long, but thank you for coming to my radio station, Prophetic Utterance, Jacqueline King. The reason why I named it Prophetic Utterance, because God told me to. Amen. He wants me to hear his voice and release his word and his promises to his people through teaching. Amen. And praying, teaching you how to pray and have that revelation when praying. So thank you. Look forward to my new teaching that's coming out tonight, part 2 on financial stagnation, financial dryness, financial delay. So we counsel them activities of spiritual spirits that comes to oppress us. Amen. And God bless you. And I'm your host, Jacqueline King.